What is the importance of training and ship connectivity?
Well, if we take the two separately, training is a mandatory regulatory part of shipping. So to make sure that seafarers are safe, make sure they're professionally trained and make sure they're competent at their jobs, training has always existed on ships and is mandatory as part of the IMO. Connectivity is obviously something that assists with training, but even on its own, ships need to be connected to enable them to perform the function that they're doing. And at all times, the better the connectivity, always on connectivity, makes that both on an operational and a crew welfare side particularly important.
What are the latest training technologies and why should ship owners use them?
Well, this afternoon at London International Shipping Week, we will launch a service called VSAT Performance Manager. And that combines a number of areas that have been in training previously, but never in the same way. So this is a cloud-based platform that brings both the e-learning product that VSAT has, computer-based training, videos, gamification, and more recently virtual reality, and combines that with an incredibly powerful software tool that enables you to look at individual seafarers or vessels and what are they training on, how are they performing, and then build up a picture and a report to look at that within the fleet, within the industry, and benchmark that against both individuals on particular ranks, but also different fleets around the industry. So it's combining the content that VSAT are famous for with also the analytics and the software platform to enable you to analyse how people are using that content. And I think increasingly in shipping, the ability to understand that crew have not only done the training, but how they've performed and how they perform in comparison to other people is increasingly important.
Should ship owners consider installing VSAT across their fleets?
Well, VSAT is by far and away the best way of getting high-speed data to vessels. And I think, as on land, data requirements in both people's home lives, but also in their working lives are continued to grow. So the shipping industry has spent years trying to cut down the amount of data that goes from shore to ship and vice versa because connectivity wasn't available. Now that connectivity is available and it's available at a very flexible entry point. So ships are no more than remote offices in many senses. So having connectivity both between shore and ship and shore in the best way, it enables you to manage the vessel effectively, improve the performance, and to give crew the welfare and training benefits that they require at sea.
Explain how KVH and VSAT delivers content to ships.
Okay, well, there is unicast, so that would be a situation where a seafarer would be looking at the internet and a particular page, be looking at it on his own. But one of the things that KVH has that is groundbreaking is a multicast system, which enables us to send large files, large amounts of data, what's called over the top, which is in the background, not using the vessel's data allowance. And when the content is downloaded onto the vessel, the crew can access that. So we use that for both crew welfare with movies, TV shows, and content that crew can relax and enjoy when they're not on watch. But increasingly, we're using that with training content. So if we're bringing out a new training module, let's say on cybersecurity, the vessels want that on the head office wants that on the vessel as soon as possible. And so using the multicast system to get it out there is a brilliant way to enable all the vessels to have it very quickly.
And how can VSAT connectivity enable smarter shipping?
Well, as we mentioned before, connectivity and data requirements are only going to grow. And I think one of the things that the shipping needs to embrace is it needs to change its mindset from trying to reduce the amount of data going from shore to ship to actually use that data allowance to make sure that they're maximising return on investment. So this might be using weather, information on a real-time basis to get least cost routing. So should I go through the storm or should I hang back? Should I go around it? To find out whether your engine is performing correctly and do preventative maintenance. All the way down to providing crew with immediate information from head office so they can react. I think the world of big data is coming to everybody, and to do the analytics, there needs to be connectivity between ship and shore and ship. Not huge connectivity, but enough connectivity and always on connectivity for people to be able to use modern software and applications to make those analytic decisions.